The group of travelers set out on their journey through the forest, excited for the adventure that lay ahead. But as they ventured further along the dark forest path, they began to feel a strange energy pulsating around them. The trees seemed to close in on them, the leaves rustling ominously in the wind. It wasn't too long before the group realized they were lost. The path seemed to twist and turn in on itself, leading them back to the same spot no matter which direction they took. They soon realized that they were trapped, unable to find their way out of the dark forest. As they sat huddled together, trying to come up with a plan to escape, they began to notice something strange about the forest. The trees seemed to move and shift on their own, the ground beneath their feet pulsing with a strange energy. It was then that they realized the forest had a life of its own. It was a living, breathing entity, and they were trapped within its grasp. As the days passed, the group tried everything they could think of to escape. They attempted to retrace their steps, but the path seemed to shift and move with each passing moment. They tried to climb trees to get a better view, but the branches seemed to twist and turn, preventing them from getting any higher. And then, they began to notice something even stranger. The forest seemed to be feeding off of them, sapping their energy and strength with each passing moment. They began to feel weak and dizzy, their minds clouded with confusion and fear. It was then that they knew they might not make it out of the dark forest alive. The forest had ensnared them, trapped them within its grasp, and there seemed to be no escape. As they sat huddled together, waiting for their fate to be sealed, they began to hear a faint humming sound. At first, they thought it was their imagination, but as the sound grew louder, they realized it was coming from deep within the forest. And then, with a sudden burst of light, they were free. The forest seemed to dissipate around them, the trees melting away like mist. They stumbled out of the forest, disoriented and confused, but alive. As they looked back at the dark forest path, they realized that they had been in the grasp of something far more powerful than they could ever have imagined, and they knew that they would never forget the strange and terrifying experience they had lived through.